Welcome to Tales from the Cave Side, where Lillian and Chris, we bought a cave house and finca on the outskirts of a small Spanish town. Follow us as we learn to renovate and create a home that we will be proud of.
This one, you have to grease it regularly because you actually get grease coming out of here. I guess that's part of the lubrication thing, like a big piston or hammer or something in there. I mean, we've got the instructions, you can actually buy the parts. So I need to remove this.
Re-grease it? Yeah, we got grease yesterday.
And then put grease in.
Yeah.
So I'll get on with that and then...
and also...
do that. Yeah. And the bearing inside that... grinder sounded very, very dry. And it was squealing like mad. So I actually took it apart the other day to have a look. Oh no, there's still plenty of grease in here. Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
So, but you must check this regularly, obviously.
Yeah, a little bit of maintenance on tools is going to make them last longer.
Yes.
I don't see the point in buying it as a disposable item. Doesn't matter what you paid for it, look after it. Ooh,
that's right.
Breezy today, door closed.
Yes. So,
it's Julian.
Yeah, probably. So I'll strip that down. I've got to use the grinder. It was squealing, it was a little bit stiff, it wouldn't spin free, so I had a little bit of tiny grease left, so I repacked in there a little bit, but it was nearly dry inside.
Yeah.
There must... it's a Black & Decker one, it's not an expert one, it's just a DIYer's one. But there's no grease in it. The bearing had actually run quite dry. So what little bit of grease was inside here, I sort of like scooped some out, and the dust shield that covers the bearing was loose as well. So that I was able to pop that off and pack inside the bearing with grease.
Yep.
And then close it all back up again. And now it spins free. Well, it doesn't actually, because I've just put it on, but it does actually spin free.
So we've got the grease. Thing to do is to pack it again and look after it. It's not just getting hot through use, it's also getting hot through where it lives. Yeah. And we live in an incredibly dusty atmosphere.
It spins free now.
Yeah.
Whereas before, you could hardly turn it. So I'll get on with that and I'll just repack this with grease as well.
Well, I went away for 5 minutes and I've come back to this.
Yes. Yes, one of us...
Wow. It's in bits then?
Yeah, it'll be fine, I'll put it back together again. That's because you took too long getting with the little pliers that I asked for. You got distracted. So I thought, I'll do something while I'm waiting. And unfortunately, I forgot I had to undo that nut on the end of there. And the old nut's come out. So I've had to take this bit off now because the carbon brushes have completely sprung in. So I need to now pull the carbon brushes up to reinsert that. So I thought I might as well kill, this dust out that's accumulated.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a bit of corrosion in here as well, actually. But yeah, be able to fix that. I know they're a dusty tool that's designed to work in a dusty area. But yeah.
That's crazy. Wow.
What, that I'm able to strip something down that quick?
Yes, I wasn't gone that long.
Only about half an hour.
Cheeky.
It felt like it.
It wasn't anything like that. It's all going back together now.
All packed with grease.
All packed with grease. Sorry, didn't film it. 4 hands were needed. Well, 3 hands were needed.
And then, to be fair, we also forgot. We're getting a bit our heads around a bit more about filming things.
Stuff you guys might find interesting as opposed to just the building.
Yeah, and just got to get into the habit. So now you can see me struggle to get a blooming torque screw back into this mountain.
So I'll stop recording before the language goes blue. Is that a good idea?
No.
No?
No, I don't speak blue.
Ah, okay. Or do you speak?
Rubbish, because I've got to put the blooming thing in the wrong place. Look, it won't go in because it's all twisted up. Oh dear, yes, the best tip. Oh no, actually, you see, this is what happens when you've only got half a brain. So now I've just got to take it all apart.
And put it back together correctly.
And put it all back together correctly. So as you can see, I didn't line it up properly because I was looking at it from the side. However, inside here is the gear. It's a pinion gear in there and there. And inside there's a bearing. There's no grease inside there. The bearing's dust shield actually had come off, which shouldn't ever happen. So the bearing was running dry. All the grease that was in there gone, and obviously it's dusty. So we've taken this gear off and repacked with grease inside the bearing, which is hence I am so blooming dirty. And yes, I know grease is supposed to be bad for your skin, but it softens mine. And then put it all back together again. There's a little circlip in there where you take this gear off. And packed in there, that thing was nearly dry when we checked it before, when the bearing was making a noise, and I sort of like stole a little bit of grease from another tool we weren't using just to put some in, and it was nearly dry. I mean, grease is grease, and I don't know. I don't understand why nowadays manufacturers make things that are this and don't charge a lot, which is great for us, but don't use another cheap product like grease, which keeps it going. And to be fair, to replace the bearing, to get somebody else to do it, because I don't have a bearing press, but I could do it, but I'd then be frightened of breaking this. This whole piece you can buy as a unit. This whole piece to buy direct from Black & Decker is actually more expensive than buying a whole brand new one.
I know, it's shocking. Throwaway society. What
is that about? We saw them yesterday in Brico Depot. These are 32 euros. This piece here is 34 euros if you count shipping.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's just wrong. Absolutely wrong. Just for the sake of a few screws, and I will put this back together again properly this time. Yay! A few screws, that's how it should look. A few screws and a little bit of grease. People would rather throw something like this away nowadays because it's less expensive than getting your hands dirty for a few minutes and doing it. Okay, if you don't have the knowledge, I can understand it, but it's 4 screws. It pulls out.
Yeah, but you would have thought also, well, this is an eco thing and all the rest of it. If they can make a machine that's as technical as this to do what it does,
yeah.
Okay, why hasn't it got a little hole somewhere that you take off and you pack it with grease? Like we've got other machines that,
yeah,
it's part of its maintenance.
But the counter argument to that is then they would make no money.
Yeah.
So the price of these things would be more expensive.
True. But that big motor pico, the one that sorry, I keep calling it a motor pico, the SDS drill down there, actually has that. It has a chamber, it has a lid. We showed it earlier.
Yeah, maintenance.
A maintenance. Why hasn't this got the same? No, it's easier to sell you a new one.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you can buy three and a little bit. Call it 3. 3 of these for that.
Yeah.
And the one that we've just got back was like 30 euros less than that.
Yeah.
So we didn't decide to buy one of those in the first place because we thought, well, we're hardly going to use it. We've got a normal hammer drill that we brought with us when we came. Mm-hmm. So we thought, yeah, between the normal hammer drill and that, we won't use it.
Yeah.
But we ended up having to, and then it broke. And when we took it back, they said, you've had it 6 months, it's obviously used. No shit Sherlock, so to speak. Beep, beep. You don't buy it as an ornament.
Exactly. What am I going to do? Wrap it in tissue paper and leave it as an ornament on the shelf? I bought it to do a work.
Yeah, and it lasted 6 months of not very intensive use.
No.
At all.
No.
Because that's, it literally, it only more or less did cutting out for the electricity, chipping out the stones for the electricity, upstairs. I mean, we have used it in a couple of other places as well.
But nothing major. It's not like a big DIY job that we were doing with that. No,
that's it. And we said to them, well, we need another one. You've got a returns policy. If anything breaks, a warranty. Yeah, but you've used it now. So it's got to go back to the manufacturer. And that was like, pardon? Obviously I've used it. Otherwise I wouldn't have known it broke. So, but we need one. And they went, you'll have to buy a new one then, won't you?
Yeah, so we did. We bought the other model because they didn't have more of that one.
And we thought, well, if that one broke in next to no time, then another one will.
Yeah, we better get a good one.
So we've got, and that's a low cost one as well. It's not an expensive one.
No.
It's only €100.
Yeah.
But compared to obviously the really good ones, which are
they're 300 and 400,
500 and whatever else.
No, it's still a hobby one.
Yeah,
as it were.
That's right. But yeah, so just for the sake of it, a little bit of grease, 20 minutes, half an hour of your time, make it last a lot longer.
Yes, look after your tools.
Thanks for watching the latest episode of Tales from the Caveside. If you enjoy what we're doing, please like and subscribe. We would really appreciate it.